I have no idea what just happened. I truly have no idea what just happened. Now it's recording. Wait, what? Okay, I'll be back as soon as I figure out what's happening. Uh, can I'm getting an echo on what I'm saying, and I don't know why. Something has changed on my something has changed on my recording. Help. Oh, wait. Hang on. Let's try it now. Let's try it now. Is it all right? Oh my God, it seems to be all right. Okay, here it comes, ready or not. All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Abby Haggard. I am the very remarkably confused Abby Haggard who tried to do something clever this morning. And, could we all pause for just a sip of coffee? All right, here's what I tried to do. And I thought I had succeeded. I have decided to add Twitch to my list of channels that I'm recording on because I want to expand the kind of thing I'm doing. And apparently, there was a step I needed to take. So somebody has just messaged me and they're saying, um, not for me today. All right, so here, technology are my friend. However, I think my friend is bipolar. All right, so here's the plan, Stanley. Brace yourselves. I I hit 5 walls last week. Thud. Got up, shake my head. Thud. And I said to myself, after the fifth one, here's a thought. Let's not do this. Ow. So and I spoke to the people who I could peer out and say, hello, do you have a minute? They're going, oh no, what's happened now? I'm saying, I don't know. I just get up. I just open my eyes. And the next thing there's stuff. So I decided that my theme this morning was going to be ready or not. Because we're never ready, we're never ready for the utmost damned astonishment. Even I'm not ready for it, and I bring it most of the time. So I know I sound like I'm rambling, and but when you say to your children, "Don't talk back," well, my recording. All right, calm ourselves. calm ourselves. Channel our inner, no, not mom. Channel our inner library. No, don't do that. Let's just channel the other side of Abby. Once upon a time, a long time ago, in a far off land, there was a king who had a beautiful daughter, the princess. And my dad, the king, said to me, "You can be anything you want. You just have to be willing to do the work." And he was right, and he is right. And sometimes when we see opportunities and we say, "Oh my gosh, if I do this, it will accelerate my path. It will accelerate my trajectory." And sometimes it does. And sometimes it needs a lot of work to get the add-ons in sync with what is already working. And I make that mistake a lot. I really do. And and in the process of navigating last week, I came upon a remarkable aha that even though I have been talking about Pivot in Motion for 4 years now, and I've been working on it diligently every day, it still blindsides me when I see that people are not paying attention to the steps they're taking and the path they're on. And it confuses me and it puzzles me because the world is a challenging experience. It is not a benign journey through a Bambi forest. It can be in its brief moments, but it's challenging. It's meant to be challenging. It's meant to enable and encourage and empower us to rise to meet and to best and better, and then ride the wave when we paddle ourselves into position. My utterly genius, beautiful friends, Matt and Anne Urquhart, I had a long, long conversation with them on the weekend about positioning and about purpose and about bringing best strengths. And Matt is the brilliant artist who has done the Glam Abbey caricature, and he has done a bunch of other stuff for me that is really quite moving and powerful. And Anne is just she's so clever and she's so funny and she's so smart. And together they are gamers extraordinaire. So I pick their brains for all kinds of things that I know nothing about. And Anne said to me, there's this thing you do that is really funny and at the same time wise. And I said, "Oh, good. Here, let me get a pen and I'll write it down." "What is it?" And she said, "Well, you need to think about your dual character. You need to really pay attention because Abby is the internal mechanism of mom. And mom was the comic foil for all the things that Abby doesn't really ever say as Abby. I mean, I had 102 children. I had 102 children on that show. I think I've kept my figure rather well, really. I had 102 children. I have no idea what 87 of their names are, but they came in and they went, and they came in and they went. And the few of the ones who stayed, I got to know really well. But I didn't get to know them as a mother. I got to know them as a colleague. They were shorter. And we were all brand new to a concept. So we were all of different sizes and shapes and ages and from where and names and backgrounds. And we all came together to make this show. And that's the biggest exposure I've ever had to children. So I don't think of them as sort of other. I think of them as, in the early stages when they're still, can't quite reach the keys on the counter, and they don't, they certainly had enough money to buy the car, but didn't really old enough to have the license. And boy, isn't that a metaphor for life? So what I got to do, what I got to get away with doing, thanks to Roger and Brenda and the kids and Carol, of course, was I got to, and Leslie, I got to be so many different sides of me. So really, mom is my portal. Mom is my portal to foolishness. And so Anne and Matt and I came up with an idea because I want to have a partner experience for people. I want people to be able to enjoy the lessons, to be able to enjoy the advice, to be able to enjoy the directions and the suggestions and the course corrections that I love to give. I love to listen to what your issue is, and I love to try and help you find and navigate your way through it. However, I don't want it to be dull. I don't want to be serious. I want it to have layers. I want it to be like one of those fabulous millefeuille, with all the goo in between the layers of fluffy pastry. That's what I want my advice to be like. So what we're going to be doing, because it's really difficult for me to find a colleague who is in step with me, is we're going to launch something very soon called dearabbymom.com. And that's why I started a Twitch channel that I can't figure out how to operate. So I won't be on Twitch today. Don't leave. I won't be on Twitch. I'll get there. I just don't want it talking back to me. And in the process of creating dearabbymom.com, what I want to be able to do is observe life through my eyes and hers and share the aha moments that the two of us have to help you get through. And when the questions and the issues are serious, well, then mom is just going to sit quietly the way she does and think about, I wonder what that thing in the kitchen does that turns on and people are supposed to cook with, so that she can give me room to talk to you about the things that are scary and difficult and uphill-ish. Because I got to tell you, last week was not a week I really want to repeat. The low point in my week, without taking a whole lot of time, was that I interviewed somebody for a job, very important job, a very pivotal job to work with me. And this individual who came highly recommended, this individual who appeared to be presented in a video conversation, very, very close to possibly the ideal candidate. When she showed up to have lunch with me, she spent the entire lunch with her phone under the table in the restaurant, texting, occasionally looking up. And I said to myself, check, please. And it wasn't her fault that she was unable to show up. It was my fault for not explaining the extent to which showing up is key with a Viking like me. My bad. Oh well. Next was what happened on that day. But it really threw me. It threw me in a deeply, profoundly way. Hang on a second. And I meant to say deeply unsettling way, because what could she see when she looked at me that made texting under the table okay? And that's when it hit me that this whole, excuse me, Pavlov's dog's ring the bell knee-jerk reaction has become a fabric thread that is serious and distracting and disorienting and dislocating and disconnecting. And the conversations that we're going to have about this really are epitomized by mom. Mom is the outcome. Can you imagine that in 1982, I created the poster child for not entirely present in Valerie Prevert? Well-meaning, but not entirely present. Wherever the hell she is, nobody really knew or knows, not even me. But she represents, she epitomizes what I sat through for that lunch. And since I created Valerie, I think I can dig into what it was that did motivate her, so that we can all talk about this kind of thing. Because it's frustrating. You show up, you put matching shoes on, really, brush your hair, make sure there's no spinach hanging from your teeth. And then you show up and the person is, and I have an overwhelming desire to take the bread roll and smack them with it just to get their attention. So I didn't like it. I don't like it. And I know you don't like it. So we're going to fix that. And one of the ways we're going to fix that is we're going to elevate the conversation. DearHappyMom.com is going to be an opportunity for us to think seriously, look at possible solutions, and then laugh along the way. And I'll tell you why. The minute we laugh really hard, and I had a couple of those laughs yesterday with dear, lovely, beautiful people, we feel better. We are back on track. And I had a little conversation this morning with my inner person, with my inner Abby, my little inner Abby. And I said, I don't want to do this alone. I really need a strong team. And even as I said it, I thought, but I'm not doing it alone. None of us are. And right away, I thought, all right, where are the sparkly star earrings? Let's go and do this video. And then Twitch said, I'm going to have to ask Billy if it's called Twitch because it causes you to twitch. So I'm going to keep this very, very short. I'm learning how to be short. Anne said, try and keep your stories to a minimum. Okay, yeah. I'm going to keep my stories and my rambling to a minimum. Today is episode 313. When you add that up, it's the number 7. 7 is my favorite number for, I don't know, all kinds of reasons. So this is a 7 number video. And what it means to me is that this is the pivot tree number. We hit 7 and we reset. We hit 7 and we rethink. We hit 7 and we say, tide is turning, wind is shifting, you're in the boat or you're not. It's as simple as that. And I'm going to use all of the lessons that I was given so generously. Thank you. So generously. When I do that, I'm talking to the Viking gods. I hope you realize that. All the lessons I was given so generously last week, and make sure I pay attention to what they deliver and how I can learn and grow and thrive, we hope. So good morning, Freddie. Something very strange. Sorry, Freddie, I didn't even see the thing. Something very strange when I tried to start the video. It went weird, and so I restarted. And I'm glad you're here. And anybody else who is watching on my YouTube and here on Facebook and possibly on We Are the Unforgettables and possibly on 70s and 80s Memory Lane, thank you. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for seeing that I'm working my way through the shallows to get into the deep water. 3 things to leave you with. We Are the Unforgettables is a Facebook group that Dewey, Sean, and I created on the 15th of November. It is a place where we are posting and chatting about and discussing the power and the magic and the passion that keeps us feeling safe and grounded and focused when we reminisce and rekindle our memories for the nostalgia moments in our lives. It's a fun space to be. We've only been up a short time. We have almost 400 members. I've invited a ton of people. Dewey has, Chris Wilkes has. We are all urging you to join us. Amy Makepeace, who is the driving force behind 70s and 80s Memory Lane, she is just an absolute superhero. Good morning, Chris. And what she said that was so warm and welcoming, she said, you know, I got 320,000 members. Come on in. My platform is your platform. The water's fine. And we all want to get to know you better. And I said, thank you, Amy. Thank you for inviting me in out of the rain. So we are forming a family. We are forming a tribe. And the tribe is the unforgettables are the moments we cherish, the people we cherish, the passion we have for those memories that bring us back, not to when I could fit into that dress or jacket, but bring us back to who we really are. And the reason that matters, the reason we need to know that we have the power to access that, this is what Pivotry is all about. We have the power, we have the ability to access our strong stuff when we need it, is because of the kinds of things that happened last week. It's because of the glitch that happened to me this morning. Here it comes, ready or not. And the thing that I have wanted for the past 5 years in the research and the planning and the writing and the strategic work is that I want us all to realize and remember and be there for each other when we forget that we have the tools, that we rock this ability. It is our unique and magical superpower. We are walking here. Do not mess with us is at our core. And there are times, there are days, there are moments, there are events that knock the stuffing right out of us. And what we forget in those moments is that all of the rest of us are here to say, here, no, here, really, give me your hand, here. We forget that. And sometimes we forget that because we're too busy texting on our phone. Sometimes we need to say to ourselves, now matters. Be here now is how we drive the bus, is how we navigate through the choppy waters. And we're not alone. If I am here now and you are here now, then we are here now together. That is the reason we came. Okay. I will have more news on Thursday. I'll try to have Twitch up and running without it talking back to me. Who does it think it is? And I want you to stay tuned for more news on dearabbymom.com because it's going to be a riot and I can't wait. So in the meantime, between now and the next, you know the drill. Be good to you. You deserve it. Remember to hug your loved ones. And don't let any of this technology talk back to you. Who does it think it is? Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you the next time.